It's the weekend. It says show kindness is our lesson today and the word for you today. Saturday, June 21st. And in Mark chapter 14, verse 8, Mark's telling us about a story, something happened with Jesus. He's on his way to Jerusalem to be crucified. While spending the night in Bethany, at the home of Simon the leper, a woman came with a jar of very expensive perfume. She poured the perfume on Jesus' head. The other disciples and other people around there criticized her for this wasteful use of perfume. Jesus said, he got on them for getting after her. He said, she did what she could. She poured perfume on my body beforehand to prepare for my burial. She did what she could. And if that's really a suggestion to each of us, do what you can. Yeah, but I can't do this. Okay, then don't do that. But do what you can do. Do what God's calling you to do. You can do that. 2,000 years later, we're reading the story about this nameless woman who dared to do what she could for Jesus. Now, most of us won't be talked about 200 years from now, much less 2,000 years. But what is important is simply that we are obedient to God. It doesn't matter whether people read about us or not. It matters that God knows what we've done. He's the one that is to receive the praise, not us. Maybe that's why the woman remained nameless, huh? God gets the praise and the glory, not her. When we view life from that viewpoint, we're more likely to get things right. What do we do? How do we know what God wants us to do? Ask Him. And when we do what we believe God wants us to do, what then? Well, one, it's likely to cost us something. The woman, it cost her this expensive perfume. Secondly, it'll cost us something, and secondly, we will be criticized. People will criticize us. The disciples criticize her. The criticism came from unexpected sources. The disciples, the very ones that walked with Jesus, criticized her. Don't be surprised when you're criticized by people who are close to you. Don't be surprised by that. It'll cost us something. We'll be criticized, and we must be content with being obedient. The woman had no way of knowing how anybody would respond to what she did. She had no way of knowing that she would be talked about and read about 2,000 years later. She was criticized, yet 2,000 years later, people honor her. Whether anybody remembers us or not is not important. The important thing is obeying God. Think of it this way. You've got two angels. Who are angels? Angels are messengers of God. So you have two angels, okay? One of them is told to go and rule over this big nation here on earth. Go and rule over that. You're head over this nation of millions of people, okay? Then you've got another angel, and God tells this angel, go, and I want you to sweep up the dirty streets, the broken glass, the gravel, the dirt, the grime, the dead animals. I want you to sweep it all up. Well, how do you think the angels would respond to that? They're messengers of God. The one that goes and rules over the big nation goes and just obediently does what God told him to do. The one sweeping the street goes and does what God calls him to do. It's not one saying, well, look at me, and the other one saying, boy, I didn't get a very good call. I didn't get a very good job. No. They each were glad to serve God. And that's the way we need to be. We need to show kindness as we have opportunities, whether it's to somebody that we like or somebody we don't like, somebody that likes us or somebody who doesn't like us. We're to do for God whatever He puts in front of us, whether anybody else likes it or not, even if we're criticized for doing what God has called us to do. It's important that we do it. Why? To honor God, because He is worthy. He is worthy. So let me ask you today, is there anything that you feel like God has been telling you to do? You really don't want to do it because, one, doesn't seem to be worth your while. may not feel qualified. It will cause you to do something good for somebody that you don't want to do something good for. Do you love God enough to honor him? Do you love God enough to be obedient to him and do what he's called you to do? The praise and the glory doesn't go to you and me. Praise and glory needs to go to God. And when we get that right, it's amazing how everything else falls in place. Have a great weekend. Hope to see you in church on Sunday.